also sell. We've got Hobby Lobby, which is good for paints and glues and plastics and sheets of, thin sheets of wood. So it's not bad, but it's just a general problem to get specific stuff like grass and what have you. Oh dear. Report. Submit report, block this user, no fun. Yes, they all get reported and the likes. What am I doing? I don't know where my tractor is. That's the problem. Oh, it didn't make it to the end. That's good. So yes, I need to build up some more local contacts. At the moment, I'm ordering stuff from California, New Jersey, and I think Colorado, where all of my popular American suppliers are. And then outside of that, it's more rarely these days, because of tariffs, Rails of Sheffield and the Model Centre in the UK for specifically UK stuff. And I'm hoping this model show, there are some UK importers, and those UK importers do cater to some British railway modelling. So they're importing British stuff. The stuff's going to be a little bit more expensive because, again, tariffs. But you get what you can, and that should. Alro, yes. Yes, I am still with Alro Steel, and we still do business with US Steel. All right, that is spraying that field done. I think, yeah, we'll fold that up. We'll drive over the field. I'll turn the crop sensor off so I can run south a little bit faster. Actually, oh, that's okay. So it occurred to me I can pull the last of the liquid fertilizer into the tank here and then unload it into fewer things. Oh yes. Now the funny thing is so I used to work for Borders, the book people, and they were falling on hard times, and it was kind of like the writing's on the wall. We may want to look elsewhere. And I got contacted by a headhunter who said, local company to you, Alro Steel, is looking for programmers. Would you like me to set up an interview? So it's like, yeah, okay, fine. And then I decided, as all good prospective employees do, is to look up the company. I couldn't remember what he called it, and so I knew it started with AL, and did a Google search, and the only thing on AL and steel that came up was Alco, which is the locomotive manufacturer. So I thought, well, that's going to be interesting, considering my interests outside of work. And it turned out not to be Alco. But, yes, funny. I'm kind of now at the point in my career where I'm kind of thinking this up. I'm probably going to retire here. Although I think my boss doesn't want me to retire yet. It's like, yeah, I just turned 60. There's not long on the clock. It's like, oh, when are you actually thinking about it? Well, I don't know. They're rewriting their mainframe systems for PC. So that's been on the cards since about 2013, almost from when I started working there. And it's 13 years later and they still haven't. They're just about delivering stuff. So I'm kind of looking at it and saying, well, obviously I'm going to hang around until the PC system goes live, assuming they get it live within the next few years, and also for as long as AI doesn't want my job. But it's, that's one of the things where, there've been moves to make AI programming for many, many years. I mean, even back in the 1990s, except AI back then really wasn't all that good. And the code it produced was horrible. And if the thing was if you bought code made by an AI, yeah, you could read it. It was ugly. You could modify it. And if you modified it, the AI would never be able to figure out what was going on. So you'd signed yourself up for life for maintaining this god-awful code that had been generated by AI, but really wasn't that great. Yep, heard about that too. Yeah, kind of funny. There are plans to build 4 in Michigan, and it's not running well for the AI companies. The other fun thing is, what's it? Computer part manufacturers, RAM. Apparently, beginning of the year, the AI companies kind of said, okay, what we want to do is prospectively order, except they didn't say prospectively. And it's almost like, we want some prices for RAM. And we want this amount, can you quote us for this amount? At which point the RAM manufacturers all said, oh my goodness, yes, we can quote them for that, but we don't have manufacturing for that much. So consumers are going to be screwed because there's not going to be any RAM left for them. So RAM prices just went through the roof on a perspective, we're thinking about buying this. And then the AI companies all said this wasn't a commitment. It was just it was just a, what would you call it? An inquiry. We don't actually want the RAM. We're just trying to find out how much it would all cost for us. And so as of this week, RAM prices are going through the floor because it's like, oh, we've produced all this RAM, and actually the people who were asking about it don't actually want it, so we can sell it at retail outlets. I was so well timed on mine. I did. It was the year that who was it? Farming Simulator 25 came out. So 2024. And what I did was I already had a good PC. It was just getting on a bit. And I was pretty sure there was no way it was going to run Farming Simulator 25. At least not at good quality. So I decided, yeah, we're going to cannibalize what I have and seriously upgrade it. So I got myself I can't remember. Can't remember what the processor was, but it was an X3D 5700 X3D, I think, which was only available in the US from Micro Center. Got a local Micro Center. They did a bundle deal, so I got nice new motherboard, DDR5 RAM, 32 gigs, and then just added a new power supply, a new 3D, not 3D, new SSD. Kept the old hard drive, the disk spinny hard drive thing. And I bought a crappy graphics card with it. No, you know, what was it? Can't remember what the graphics card was, but it was good enough for now. Because I knew that at the time the new graphics cards were all coming out, and as soon as the new graphics card came out, I upgraded it to the AMD 9600 XT, which is great. It does what I need it to do. I don't play first-person shooter, esport type games, so I don't need something that's crazy over the top. But I got that last spring, and then all the prices started going up, and it's like I so much made exactly the right choice at exactly the right time, and I am not going to upgrade any of my other PCs for a long time now, because they just got stupid prices overnight. Yeah, mine's all AMD as well. But yeah, prices got stupid lately, so I'm just not looking at any new parts. I'm kind of looking at new parts, but only insofar as I am going to need to upgrade some of the PCs in the house, but nothing too soon. Yeah, I got the 76, which is kind of good enough, and it's 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it plays Farm Sim, and it plays World of Warships, and it plays games that benefit from having high graphics, but don't actually need serious amounts of graphics. What am I doing with this tractor? I have no clue. I think I will put it in here. This is the 155. Come on, zoom in. Show me. Yeah, that's the 155. So stick it over in the corner here. All right. Turn that off. Pickup truck. But yeah, looking at it, I timed my PC upgrade exactly right. It was just as AM5 was hitting its stride and getting reasonably priced, and brand new, 9600, 9700, and graphics cards were out, and it was just, I hit the sweet spot, and then all the prices went through the roof, and it's like, yeah. Okay, what am I? It is day 2. So we've sprayed the fields. The fields are good. Excuse me, I need to look at the cows. We have 9,000 manure there, we have 13,000 there, and 18,000. I do actually have a full truckload of manure I could do. Slurry, 26, 66, that's 3. Okay, let's take the truck. Yeah, I think I got mine in about 1,200, but it's because I wasn't using a case. I didn't need a case. Now the thing with my case is, or with my setup is if I want to use USB-C, I have one outlet on the back of the PC. I do not have any in the front. I've just got a couple of USB-As on the front of the box. I would consider potentially getting a new case next time out. But the one I have is an old, what is it? The guys in California, Digital Storm case. And it's a beast. It's a huge case. So lots and lots of air movement inside it. I did get an AIO cooler for the processor, in spite of the fact I don't really need it. Yeah, mine was, I think we bought a pair of Digital Storms back in mid-2018. Because, what was it? I was playing Lawfolds on Farming Simulator 17 at the time, and it had a lot of extraneous decorations in all of the sheds, and the game used to plot everything even if you couldn't see it, so it just ground the graphics to 0. So we bought a couple of reasonably priced, I mean, I think we were talking about $2,000 each, Digital Storm PCs, and it's the first time we bought some nice PCs. Loaded Farming Simulator on it, loaded Lawfolds and the game save, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is such a different gaming experience. And that's the point where I started streaming. But that was all fine and wonderful, and then I think the SATA SSD failed on mine, and then about a year later it failed on Mrs. Osa's, so I replaced those with M2s, which work very nicely and were twice the size of the SATA SSDs, but they came with a 0.5 gig SSD and then a 2 terabyte disk hard drive. Why am I here? So, oops. So I've always kept the disk hard drive installed because it gives me room for projects and, laser cut projects and things like that. And I don't care about high-speed data transfers on that. But that served me well for like what would it be? 2025. 6 years we played on those. And now I've got a new one. Mrs. Osa's digital storm packed up a few years back. So we just bought an off the counter mail order PC for her. She doesn't play anything serious, so it's, you know, she uses her PC to watch videos and TV shows and stuff like that. So it's not like she's playing even something as graphically intensive as Farming Simulator, which generally isn't. Cavalier Roy, good day, welcome. Yeah, I can't get fibre. We do have, actually, do we? Yeah, no, we don't have fibre, but we do have high-speed DSL. Yeah, I think last time I saw you, we were playing Maypole in Farm Sim 22. So yeah, it has been a while. And I kept Maypole running into the first 6 months of 25. I think I have 3. Oxygen David is a good map maker, but his setups tend to be awkward to play. And I don't know what you're asking, Walter James. And then Black Sheep. I do like their European style. Glenn Lethan, yes. That was actually the one. Oh, I see. No, this is a single player. I just stream on Saturday morning, sorry. Now I have started sending. Now, where do I empty this? Here. I do, yeah, many years ago, I used to stream weekdays. These days, I don't have enough time to play on my own, you know, for my own relaxation on a weekday. My days are very busy, although we've stopped Foster, and our adopted daughter moved out on her birthday and doesn't want anything more to do with us, so not too fussed about that one. Yes, what was that one? That was South Mountain Creamery. Yeah, that was a good map, but mostly he does, you know, French European, provincial French European. I have been to the French provinces, and oh my goodness, his maps are just, you know, you play on one of those maps and it's like, I'm there. And he doesn't make a real place. Oxygen David, he takes, you know, effectively he takes a cut from Google Maps and street level and just models it. So of course his maps feel real because technically they are for the most part real, but you know, people like Cavaleroy and Black Sheep just get the realism right. There are some people... Why am I here? There are some people who do make maps, and it's like, yes, this is based on a fictional area in England. It's like, this does not feel like England. And for me, that detracts from the map. If you're saying it's based on something, it needs to look like it's from somewhere. And so many places or so many maps, they'll use the in-game buildings from the American map and say this is England, and it's like, not really. And sadly, so many people move on as well. There have been some good mod makers and good map makers, and they last for about 2 or 3 versions of Farming Simulator, and then they move on. Which is, it's kind of sad, because I mean,